Hello everyone. Good evening. It's Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers, and today is, can you believe it's August 6th, 2025. So we are into August already. So I'm excited to be here with you tonight. Tonight we are going to be making some cards using the Perfectly Pears bundle, the paper. There's a whole suite of products, and I will tell you that this wasn't on the top of my list at first, but I have fallen in love with it, and hopefully if you are like unsure, you will fall in love with it by the end of today's video as well. So say hi when you're hopping on. Let me know you're here. Thank you for sharing. Wendy, and hello Susie and Sharon, Tara and Peg. Hello everyone. All right, we are going to get started. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. Owl Star Stampers if you haven't already, and check out our Facebook page, the Night Owl Craft Retreat, over on Facebook too if you haven't already, and give that a like as well. All right, and join my email list if you are new. That's where you will find all updates on classes, events, specials, and all the good stuff. So join the email list if you're not already on there. Thank you for sharing, Linda, with our team. I appreciate it. And if you guys want any tutorials, past classes, we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably even 1,000 by now. I don't know, so many. You can go there and get them, or become a VIP and get all of that, plus everything I do in a month over there as well, for a discounted price, only $24.95, and you get everything. So there's that. And if you want to go shopping, oh my goodness, yesterday so many things launched yesterday. So we'll get into that in a second. Yes, type in a number 1 in the comments if you're watching live, and if you're watching the replay, type a 2. It's just a way for more interaction and a way for me to see who is able to be here live and watching the replay afterwards. I love that. So 1 if you're live, and then 2 obviously for the replay. So thank you guys for doing that. Karen said it is hot in Texas. Oh boy. All right. So, and lots of people sharing. Thank you so much. Janice, will I see you on Saturday at the retreat? I'm so excited. So I have, the summer retreat is shipping out. We shipped out almost half of them today. If you did get it, the email hasn't gone out with any of the tutorials yet, so you didn't miss that. But I opened up a second round. You guys always ask me to have more, so I did this time. So I have still some left if you want it. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out. You can get the summer retreat or reach out to me if you need the link. But I'm having a few people come on Saturday to craft with me at my studio, and I still have 2 spots too for that, or I have room for 2. If the boxes sell out before the 2 in person, then whatever comes first, but right now I have openings for both, so just don't miss out. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. I love it. Just seeing everything together makes me so happy. And I just an email popped up today from Paula, and it said, this was from a couple years ago, but it said, oh my goodness, Michelle, I just received my summer retreat box from you, and I'm so in love with everything you did. This is my first retreat that I've ordered from you, and I love your packaging and the personalization that you put into this. I'm so happy I signed up for your summer retreat. Thank you, Paula. So I know I love getting those messages, so don't miss out on that summer retreat. Okay, so the shop button there, they updated last chance items again yesterday. So there's a lot of things on sale right now while supplies last. They also have an in color sale with a lot of in color things that are 15% off. So the paper I'm going to show you today is included in. So if a lot of the in colors are in a pack of paper, or it could be an ink pad or markers, they're 15% off. So it's a really good deal. Cardstock, like all kinds of good stuff. So I wish I would have known about it. Did you see the picture I posted of all that cardstock? Most of it, a lot of it was in color. I paid full price, but it is a really good, that's a good deal if you need to stock up on any of those things. So I'm sharing with you the Pears because that's what I'm featuring for my card club this month. And like I said at the beginning, when I was in Florida at the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, they featured this or showed like some demonstrations with this, and I was like, why do people want a pear set? Like, whatever, it's just like, it's pears. Like, I don't know, I don't not like pears, but anyway, let me tell you, I bought it because I've been seeing some of the most beautiful products with it, like projects with these products. And like, even if you don't have the bundle, the paper alone, you can do so much with and just cut out the pears and the flowers and stuff. But the dies also cut out a lot of the stuff. So if you're in the card club, this is what we're featuring, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek. And I loved it so much that there is an add-on, and it's actually the add-on I started making. So what happened is I started making this for my team meeting. We do team meetings every month. We have one this Sunday. I'm so excited to hang out with my team on Zoom, and then also we have a group coming in person. So I made a class for them. And then I loved it so much, I made a class for the card club. So the card club can get the team meeting class as an add-on for only $20 as well. So here is the main card club. Card club, I don't think we've been meaning to increase the price for like forever, but we've been so busy with the renovations, we haven't updated that. I'm probably losing money, but anyway, that's here nor there. But right now you make 2 of each of the cards. You get like around $20 worth of products, and you make 4 different designs. So here's one of the cards. That's just the paper. There's no stamping in that. There's this one. Again, that's the paper. This one is stamping. It's kind of like a fun fold. Just really cute with a sponge dauber. This one is stamped, and then I love the inside. There. So those are the card club. You'll get half a pack of paper, half a ribbon, and a full embellishment. And then if you want to add on the extend the experience, you get to make 4 more different cards. And then in this, you would end up with the other half pack of paper and the ribbon. And you get to make these, which we're making at my team meeting. So they're just really, really pretty cards. You can stamp the inside and this one. So that's our card club. So again, I'm loving the pears, so that's what we're going to use tonight and make some cards. And since I've been so busy with the retreat, I didn't have any time to design anymore. So I grabbed some coordinating cardstock. This is Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, Darling Duckling, Petal Pink. I have thick white and regular white. I have the bundle. I have the designer paper. I did die cut some of the pieces from the paper. So we're just going to make some cards together. So let's get busy in doing that. And I will do the tutorial for these cards, and it will be up on the tutorial site as well. If you want to join my card club, I do have a link on my website where you can join it or take it as a one-time. Okay. So like I was showing you, here's the stamp set. So it's like that distinctive, but I'm going to show you how you can use some sponge daubers to get like that variegated look. Like this is the paper. Isn't that so cool? But I'm going to show you how we can achieve that sort of with, you can see it, there's one right there with some of these sponge daubers. So it's kind of 2-step stamping. It has lots of sentiments. I love stamps that also have sentiments. And then let me show you the dies. Where did I put them? Right here are the dies. And they have this like branch with leaves, the pear, the double pear. This will cut out the flowers. more flowers, a little like background piece, and a couple of labels, like a long skinny and a short skinny. So we're gonna be using those. And then like this piece of paper is my favorite. And you can see how you can take this die and it will cut, I can just get them off. It will cut out these pieces here. So this is like, you see how it does that? And then this will do these pink flowers, like so cool. So you don't, if you're not into coloring, you can just do all this right here. Okay, so let's start making some cards. All right, we're gonna start easy and work our way up. One of my favorite, and like the back of the paper is kind of muted. So if you're not into pears, the back side is really nice as well, just for anyone who loves paper. Okay, so there's lots of pretty papers. It's kind of like farmhousey, and there's flowers, so a lot of people should love this. The pears are so fun. Okay, this piece of paper is actually my favorite. Can you see it? It's like one of those, like this would be beautiful for a scrapbook page, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it and we're gonna make at least 4 cards out of this. 4 cards. We're also gonna be using the ribbon. So in the card club, you're gonna get, if you just get regular card club, you'll get half of this ribbon. If you get the extend, you'll get the full. This is the Mossy Meadow green and gold. Now it does coordinate with those low profile dots, these ones, but since I included in card club last month, they actually work really well with the new in color pearls. You can see my peach pie or timid tiger ones are already gone because they coordinate perfect with the calypso coral and stuff. So a lot of different gems coordinate with this too. So those are kind of some of the things we're going to use. So let's cut up our designer paper first. All right, let me think about what color we're going to use for the card base. I'm glad you guys are loving the paper. What do you guys think of this? Again, it wasn't like my top pick at first, but it definitely, I've fallen in love with it. So I get it. Like when you guys say, I didn't know if I wanted that, but now I love it. And you tell me I hear that a lot. Well, that's what happened to me as well. Okay, let's use the Darling Duckling because it's a little bit lighter for our card base. And let's score it and then cut it. So I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. So I'm going to go to my 4 1/4. You guys are going to see my whole thinking process. 4 1/4, and then we're going to flip it over to 5 1/2 and cut. And that's going to give us 2 card bases. And let's just go ahead and do, I don't know if we'll do all 4, but maybe we will. Because I do have some other cards I want to make too. One with like a little card on the front. I have about 4 different cards. Well, Betty, I hope you love it at the end because it is so pretty. Lori, I like both sides of the paper too. It's like the paper is actually what made me give it all a chance, because at first I was like, I don't know. And then, oh my gosh, it's really, really pretty now. Well, I think so. Okay, then I'm going to take a piece of Secret Sea because this is one of my new favorite neutral colors. I just purchased 20 packs of this. I'm loving it. And I'm going to do 5 1/4. Should I do 5 1/4? Or maybe I'll do 5. I'm going to do 5 1/8. Let's do 5 1/8. So that means by 3 7/8. That should be an even border. Yes, I think that's what I was like, kind of like I needed something transition wise. because we're not quite 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I hope I'm doing this right. If not, I'll just cut it down. It's just paper. All right, so we have these 4 pieces, 1 card or 1 piece of paper. You can get 4 of these, and that's gonna go on here. So now let's take this paper and, all right, we're gonna cut it at 3 3/4. Oh, I hope I don't mess it up. Here we go. I hope I don't mess it up. 3 3/4. Let me see. If I do 3 3/4, then I'm gonna get, okay, I'm trying to think how I want to cut this. See, I probably should have done this first. If I do 3 3/4, I want to get, so normally if you do 4 and 4, because it's 12, you can get 1 2 3 4 5 6, but do I want them going this way or this way? Does it matter? I don't know. I'm just gonna cut it. It's just, like I said, it's just paper. So that, and then we're gonna go this way and cut it at 5. So there's our first piece. Okay, and it layers just a tiny border. And then I want more of this, how it wraps around the edge. So I'm gonna go here to 5 and cut that. So I have this leftover piece now. And then I'm gonna come here and do the same thing and go 4 3/4. And then I'm gonna cut it at 5. So this way you can see like how I'm cutting the paper, and then these are gonna be on the front. So it's gonna be really pretty. So this is a great way to make up a quick set of cards for somebody. And then this piece, you could cut down as well. Like this is what I used on the 1 card for the card club. I'll show you real quick. I used it, like, see how it just is this bottom? I used it on the bottom here on this card right here. So that's the center piece of here. So you can like cut this in half, or cut this down and use this and then this and get 2 more cards as well. So that's just the 1 sheet of paper. Now let's glue these and start putting some cards together. But you can see how I just cut out with my dies some of these pieces to get started, just right out of the paper. Okay, let's carefully move these over, and then I need a bone folder, and we'll start folding. I think we might use some ribbon on some and maybe not on all of them. So you have until the 10th to get in on the card club, and if you're not already, okay, we're gonna use Secret C for our words. It almost looks black, that dark color. So let's adhere these on our card bases. So here we go. I think I'm going to do that first, and then if we want to add ribbon, we can. And again, I'm not going to add it to all of them, but maybe a couple. Tara, you've been thinking about this? Yeah, it is. Yes, that's what I thought. I said that. It's on sale because it has in colors in it. Yep. So you can get this paper on sale. And I designed it before I even knew that was a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't know it was going to be on sale. All right, so there's one. Now let's flip it over and do another. Okay, and then I got kind of a fun fold. We're going to do 2. And we're just going to kind of play with this set and see kind of all the different things you can do with it. we're gonna go this. So I do like the green glue here because you can, well, geez, maybe I didn't put enough on. It kind of like stuck really fast on this one. I'm gonna add a little bit more to wiggle it a little bit. Okay, because I just put a tiny little edge on here. Okay, there's that one. Then we're gonna do this one. I need another green glue. It's almost empty. I've been using it that much lately. It's crazy. All right, so we're just gonna do all of this first, so then we can attach that. Okay, and then here. All right. Now the sentiments, like you could use any sentiments, but I do like the ones in this bundle as well. I think it has a pretty good variety. There's some friend ones and a thank you and a hello. Okay, there we go. So now we have that. So now let's find our stamp set and, oh, there's a congratulations. I think I'm going to use a good friend is a gift. We're going to use that one first. And that's not it. That's the little stem. Okay, then I'm going to grab this block. So if you are like, sometimes I feel like it's hard to use up a whole piece of paper. Well, here we are. We're doing it right here. A good friend is a gift. So our first card, you can stamp it and attach it just completely flat. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Uh-oh, I don't know where my tape runner is. Oh, here it is. I was like, okay, so here's like super simple right here, right? Just I didn't press hard enough. The super simplest card right here. So anyone can do this card. So simple, just like that. Now, our next card, let's stamp the same thing right up here. And this one though, let's grab our ribbon. And we're gonna tie, let's do a fake bow. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna grab our mini glue dots. Mini glue dots, mini glue dots. Shoot, I think I took them out in the other room. So I like to use mini glue dots to stick them down, but this is super strong too, so I'm just gonna use this. I thought I had another thing of mini glue dots here too. We're going to wrap this around the bottom. You love the simple one? Yeah. Then this one, you can add just ribbon. And we're going to add some glue to here. We're going to stick this on here. And then we're going to take this and cut it and tie a little knot. And this is going to be card number 2. So kind of just like the first one, but this one has a little ribbon. And the next one, we're going to add a little bit more. You know where I'm going with this? All right. These are all kind of very similar. Okay, there's our second card. So here it is, just plain. Here it is with the ribbon. Now we're gonna go a step further. So this one, let's just keep going with our stamp. Right here, we have our sentiment. Now this one, okay, what are we gonna do for this one? This one, I'm trying to think how, let's add some ribbon. Should we add some ribbon? Oh, maybe I should have stamped this on a, that's too big, on a shape. Well, maybe we can do that one on the last one. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna add some ribbon, and then, thank you, Karen and Tara. I get nervous when things are really busy or there's too many colors. Just personal, it's like a personal thing. I just like, so, okay, here's this one. We're kind of going where we did with card number 2, but don't worry, we're gonna step it up a little bit more. So there's that. We're gonna do our little faux bow. And then this one, we are going to add some gems. So we're gonna take in those gems from the that match the low profile sparkle something. They kind of go with this, and we're gonna add, you could use the green or the yellow, the blue, they all match, so whatever ones you want. And we're gonna add some gems to this card. So there's that one. Okay. And then our last one, we're gonna really, so 1, 2, 3. Now the last one, we're gonna go all out, friends. So this one, we're gonna take, where did I do my little die cuts? I think we're gonna take this die cut, and we're also going to take, this is the little label from the die, and I think we're gonna stamp the hello on there. So I am gonna switch this one out just for this one right here. So we're gonna take this hello and stamp it on that little, this is from the die cuts right there. So it's the same thing in Secret C. Whoops, there's that. Then we're gonna take, I think I have like a, I don't know if I like that. I have this. Is that too? I wish we had vellum. I need vellum. I kind of want to put that kind of like here, but I want vellum. Maybe we have, is that one green vellum still available? Does anyone know if we have any vellum available? Let me look real quick. See, that's why I do it ahead of time, then I know. Any specialty vellum? Let me look really quick. Well, we have the floral gingham vellum. That's it. Well, I feel like it needs something, like if you had a piece of vellum in your craft stash, you could take it, or if you had that Seasons of Green and Gold that had a piece of kind of like clearish vellum, we're gonna take a piece of vellum. I'm just using vellum. Hopefully you have vellum. If not, just you can use a white circle. This is a 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And I love vellum because it's just something, it makes it so soft. So then we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. So hopefully someday they'll come back with more regular vellum, but Michelle said this is one of my absolute favorite. Ah. So we're gonna add this onto our vellum. And then we are going to take, oh, maybe I should have, you know what we're going to take instead of that? We're going to take linen thread. You guys, linen thread is like glue. You have to have it in your have to have it in your craft room, craft stash. I just bought 5 packs because my friend Karen was here and she needed some and I couldn't find any. And so like I love this stuff. It's like glue and scissors and paper. You have to have it in every craft room. So get you some linen thread. It's affordable and it goes with everything. So do you see I just did like a figure 8. I'm pinching it in the middle and then I'm unraveling the ends. And then I'm actually going to lift this up because I want it in the middle and I really want a glue dot. Where are my glue dots? I put them in the room because I was doing nameplates. Oh, here they are. I was doing some name things for the summer retreat. So but I got another one right here. So I'm going to, in the middle of this, stick this down and then stick my pear back. So that's what we have so far. And now I'm going to, so you can take the, that green and gold too and like pull the fibers off and then it's like green thread. So you could add that in there too. And then you're also left with this gold like fringe. It's kind of cool. I love just playing with stuff like that sometimes. Okay, so then behind the pear only, I'm going to add some adhesive and I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to take our hello and I'm going to pop that up right there with a little mini dimensional. Okay, and then we're going to add, oh, I didn't even glue this down yet, so let's do that. You see how this one is stepped up even more? So like every time we're just slightly changing it, but we started with the same elements. Okay, so we're gonna put this right here. And then let's take some of these, maybe the blue dots, and add some of these. This is our like fancy card. Good grief, where is my take your pick tool? Okay, and need another one. We'll put one over here. Okay, there is our card. That's our 4th card. So what do you think about that? Did you like that? Like we basically just made the same card and each time we just added something a little bit more and stepped it up a little bit more. So if you just tuned in, let's go from the beginning for these. We're going to make more cards, but so we used 2 pieces of cardstock for the card bases, 1 piece for the Secret C, and then we use that 12 by 12. And you could take this leftover and make 2 more cards if you wanted as well, to get 6 if you wanted. But there's our first one, just flat. Then this one is the same with the ribbon. Then this one is the ribbon with the dots. And then this one, we added a vellum circle, but you could use white if you don't have vellum. And then some twine, and then from the paper, from the die, and then some gems. So those are quick 4 cards. So if you're getting the card club and you get some of the paper, there's a great way to use up some of it. Okay, our next card. Again, I don't have any of the pieces cut, so you kind of gotta go with me, go with the flow today. I mean, I did kind of die cut some of these pieces, but our next card we're gonna make, and I've seen a lot of people doing cards with, we have a lot of designer paper with this type of 12 by 12, so you can do that with any of them, and I've done this before a lot of times over the years. So this is nothing new, but it just looks different with different colors and the new pear paper. So it's really just stuff, I've done this before. And then you can make a little box and you have a little gift set to give away as a gift too. So our next card we're gonna do, I think we're gonna let's do kind of a fun fold one. Okay, I have a piece of thick white and we're going to cut this in half at 5.5 by 8.5. Wait, Actually, let's do a fold on the front. So let's do 5. We're going to do a quarter sheet. So this is thick white. So we have 5.5, and then we're going to do 4 1/4. So this is just going to be a flat piece. And then we're going to take a piece of regular white. This is regular white. I'm trying to think how much, this is going to be our card base. How much I want on the sides, maybe 1 inch. So 5.5. Again, this is why I do things ahead of time. I have my calculator. 5.5 minus 2 is 3.5. So let's do 3.5 by, so if I fold this, it's 8.5. If I fold this at 4 1/4, this should give me like a little mini card that I could put on the front here. Why did I cut this out the wrong way? I cut it at 4. It's supposed to be 4 1/4. Okay, well, that's where I made my mistake. So we need 5.5 by 4 1/4. We need a quarter sheet. Hello. You want a quarter sheet? I'm just so used to doing 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, there we go. Quarter sheet now. And then this will go on the front. Okay, perfect. This is going to be our card. Now we need to get some designer series paper. So quarter sheet, 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is 3.5 by 8.5, folded in half. All right, so that's that. Now we're going to get some designer series paper from that pear paper. And let's pick maybe a green pattern. Maybe like this one. Okay, and then this is the back, which is really pretty, but this is just like a mossy meadow. So let's do 4 by 5 1/4. 4. Wait, I guess, do I need the whole thing? Because most of it's going to be covered. So, well, I'm just going to do it. I can't think. It's too hard. 5 1/4 by 4. All right. Except for that didn't go all the way. 5 1/4. Okay, then we're going to cut. So this is going to go on here. Then we're going to take and do a mossy meadow. So we're going to take, I wonder if I have a scrap one of these. Let's do, if this is 4 1/4, we need 4 by 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. I like to do quarter increments the best. By 4. And then we're gonna do a white piece, regular white, and it's gonna be one smaller, 3 3/4 by 3. All right. You can't think after 2:30. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right. Now we have, I totally did that wrong. Good golly. I looked at Linda's comment and then totally got my measurements mixed up. Okay, 3 3/4 by 3. Oh my goodness. 3. I can't look at the comments. By 3 3/4 when I'm, hopefully I did this right. Okay, that's right. We got it. We got it, friends. We got it. All right. So these are going to be some of our components of our card. Actually, I feel like maybe this should be mossy meadow and not thick white. So I just totally ruined that. Because I feel like don't know. Maybe it shouldn't. Maybe that's too dark. All right, maybe I should just go with it since it's already cut. Okay, there we go. Now let's do some stamping and adhering and all the stuff. Okay, bone folder. We're gonna give this piece, this is like a little mini card. We're gonna give this a good crease. You're fine, Linda, it's just me. Okay, we're gonna layer this on here. And it's so hard to cover up these pretty pears there, but we're gonna put this down. Then we're gonna set this aside. Now, I feel like I wanna put a little bit of yellow in the background. Like the one card I showed you, this has a little bit of Darling Duckling ink on it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more to my blending brush and add a little bit. I know you're supposed to go off, but I'm just gonna lightly add a little bit of yellow right there, just like that. And now we can layer this together, and this is gonna go on our little mini card. Okay, so then now we need, obviously we're gonna do some pears of some sort. So I think for this one I'm just gonna use the ones I have die cut. I'm gonna show you the sponge daubers. So we have that, and I think I want a branch. So where are my dies? We'll cut out a branch with so this right here. And what I did on one of my other cards, and I loved it, is this designer paper that we put in the background right here. You can actually use that to cut out like a leaf, branch, whatever. You can see I did it down there because I just kind of did this. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it looks really cool. So we're gonna take this, put this down here and the lid, and give ourselves a little branch. I'm gonna just show you, maybe I'll do one in brown too, and then we can decide which one we like better. So there's that, and it just has like some texture to it. So we have that choice, or we can do a the one time I want some crumb cake, I have to go searching for it. Or maybe we want both of these. Let's see. We have some crumb cake. Let's run this through and see what this looks like. What are you guys thinking of this card so far? We're getting some pieces. All right, and then it looks like it's stuck to my, we have that. Then let's take okay, I'm gonna, so in this stamp set, you guys know how I like to flick my markers, and some of you might not like to do that. Look, they have a stamp right here that will do that background, so you don't have to use that like your markers to do that flicking technique. So I'm gonna use that in the background, and I think, I don't know, we might add a few of these little there's some flowers we can cut out. Okay, let's do our background first, and let's use crumb cake. And I'm gonna just move some of these out of the way. I kind of have that positioned where I want it. And again, this, you can see it right here, the little dots, little splatters there. And so we're going to, do you see how it just has that little effect, like the little splotch? I'm glad you like it, Linda, because it kind of makes me nervous, to be honest. So we're gonna add that and that. And then I might turn it this way and just add, you can stamp off too to get it a little bit lighter. And then just like in the background a little bit. So like that. Okay, so there we have that. Maybe I did too much. I don't know. We're gonna put that there. Okay, what else are we gonna use? Oh, our branch. So that's what I got here and here. Maybe we'll use, I don't know, should we use both of them, do you think? Both of those branches or just one? There's like the green, and here is the brown. So I almost feel like if we use both, we could put the brown and then like the green over top. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like both of the leaves or just one of the leaves? Let me know. And then while we're doing that, I feel like our sentiment, I'm thinking about our sentiment that we're going to use. I'm looking at what it should say. Should it say congratulations or thank you? I feel like maybe congratulations. I vote for both of the branches, green, both, green. Well, that's a tie, both. So green or both? Okay, let's, and then I feel like a few of these little flowers would look cute on there. All right. I wish I would have used my adhesive sheets. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this, and I was thinking about sponging the crumb cake actually too. So I'm not gonna really press down on that in case I want to move it. And I'm gonna put this here, kind of so I can get a look. I think this brown one, I'm looking for my silicone mat. I have my sponge one, but I don't know where the other one is. I'm gonna add some ink to here. And I kind of like both of them, but you don't have to have both of them. You could just do one or the other. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to do both, but you can just add one. I did sponge a little bit of Mossy Meadow on it. It just like distressed it a little bit, that's all. So I'm going to tuck that right there. And this one right here. And I kind of like that they're not all stuck down, so that it's just a little whimsy looking. Okay, and then I'm going to put this right here. So I'm just tucking, I put glue dots on like 3, and then this one I'm going to go kind of over but like offset it a little bit. So we have, okay, we have this one. Oh shoot, I was gonna make one more card after this. I will, it'll be a quick one. This one is like just kind of like, I don't know, there's a lot of decision making involved in this. The next one we're gonna stamp the pear, but I just love the paper, how it looks like that already. It's so cool. So this one I'm just going to move kind of like this and tuck. I need to put one there to tack that down. All right, right like that. Actually, maybe we'll stamp the inside of here, and then the other one will be a very quick one. Okay, our little mini dimensionals there. Okay, and then, so here's just a plain card base. This is like a little mini card. We're gonna put that on our front. So technically, if you cut the strips, then you could cut your branch out of this centerpiece because it's gonna be covered anyway. Just like if you wanna save a little paper, you could do that with that green branch if you want to. My little stem is driving me a little crazy right here, so I'm just gonna flip that around. Okay, then I'm gonna glue this down. We're gonna decorate the inside, and we want a sentiment too. So we're gonna put this kind of right in the middle, like that. I'm not done with the outside, but I need to do the inside, and in case I mess up, I need a piece of white paper. So let me hopefully cut one down the right size again. So we need are these all cut? Yes, these are all gonna be the wrong, they're not long enough. Okay, let me get a piece of white. We need a piece of basic white. And where's a ruler? So it's gonna be 4 by, I already forgot the measurement. 4 by, was it 3 1/4? I don't know. I'm just putting a little mark, a tick mark where it goes. Oh, it was 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Okay, so this piece is I'm gonna put white on the inside, but we're going to stamp on this. And so how we're gonna do it is we're gonna take our pear here, and we're going to, those of you that are only one, on your card you can just do only one and it will look awesome too. Okay, we got our pear, and so I'm gonna take a couple of colors. I have Darling Duckling, Old Olive, and Mossy Meadow. So these are, if you look at these pears, they're kind of like, and this is the paper, this is kind of the colors like that they have in there. So that's kind of where I went with this. So I'm going to take the lightest color first, the Darling Duckling, and stamp it in there. Then I'm gonna take, I have an Old Olive. That's, okay, this is the yellow. I guess I have Old Olive. I'm gonna take my Old Olive sponge dauber, and I'm going to go around. See, I'm just adding the ink directly here to the outside. Then I'm gonna go, this is the yellow, the Darling Duckling, and I'm not really gonna add any ink, but you can see it does have ink on it. But I'm gonna go over where I did the green to kind of blend, blend it, and then if you want more, you can add more. And every time it's gonna look a little bit different. Whoa, I just got, see? I just got ink all over that. I tell ya. Good thing there's 2 sides. So we're going to flip it over and stamp this right here and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, look at it. It just has like that kind of 2-tone effect. Now if you want, every time again, it looks a little bit different. And so that's kind of neat. And then this one I took for Petal Pink and Calypso Coral to get those little pears. And then I had a whole sheet where I had a whole bunch of them. And again, just depending on how light and dark you apply the ink, you will get like different colors anyway. So that's one way to use your little sponge daubers. And then we're gonna take, where did I put that green? We're gonna take a little piece of this and cut. I'm gonna cut a half an inch just over here off. And I'm going to add this to the bottom. And we're gonna put that right there. And I'm just gonna trim this off. Okay. And then it probably needs a stem. So I probably need to stamp that. Don't worry. We're getting there with this card. So you can, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use this one and just use a little sponge dauber. So I'm gonna take this, which clearly had ink all over it, and put the green on. And then I thought I had one with the brown, early espresso. I have all my sponge daubers right here. So I'm gonna take, yep, here's the early espresso. And I'm gonna just add brown down the center. And then to make sure I didn't go over those leaves, just, and then you can even add some of that yellow if you want. And then huff on it. And I'm gonna go off the edge, so I'm gonna line it up here. And there is our little leaf there. And now we can put this on the inside here. That's gonna go right there like that. So it doesn't matter that I got ink on the back, it's gonna be covered up. That's gonna go right there. And then our sentiment on the outside, what are we gonna do? I never, I guess, figured that out. Oh, I know what you could put like some flowers. We can tuck some flowers in here. I could do that and add a little, could add a sentiment. Do you like the pink, the petal pink there? Do you think the petal pink goes there with like that? What do you guys think about the petal pink there? I just have that label there, so I was like, maybe I should use that. We could stamp on that one. Congratulations, maybe. All right. Thank you, Sharon. No one's telling me about the petal pinks. So what color? Just white? White's kind of boring. I can cut out a white one though. Let's cut out a little white. Maybe I should stamp it first and then I can cut it out perfectly. Got some early espresso. I'll do both and then you guys can decide. Mossy Meadow, that's a good idea. Ooh, the Mossy Meadow the Mossy Meadow heat embossed would look really pretty. Okay, maybe we'll do that. And then we could add some pink flowers. Ah, so many choices. You guys see how, where is my chamois? I have no chamois. I have no baby wipe. I have no idea where, because I moved everything to go work on this, shipping out this retreat. I have a thing of water here. I have an old baby wipe dried up. So I'm going to just spray my old baby wipe with water to wipe off this early espresso. The petal pink, I think I like the petal pink too. But I think what I'm going to do is heat emboss this And then I'm gonna add some of these little pink flowers. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna try that anyway. That's the plan. Okay, I saw that little embossing buddy, and I got Versamark right here. And I'm gonna stamp that. And then we're gonna dip this in here. Okay, it says congratulations. Let's heat set it, and then okay, so I'm going to let that cool for a second, and then I'm going to take, I am going to add some petal pink flowers because I think that's just I think it's a good contrast. So I'm going to take these ones, and then I have, oh, that's a huge giant sheet. I have to have a smaller piece somewhere. I was going to cut, oh my goodness. I just want petal pink. Of all the papers I have Pretty in Pink, I have Bubble Bath. All right, where is the petal pink? Okay, we're gonna just cut a strip. I'm gonna cut this out, these little flowers, and then while we're cutting that out, we're gonna die cut that label. Except for where did I put it? It's right here. Okay, see, I just have my machine here. We're gonna just put this right there and cut that out, and then the top. Where's the top? Right here. Okay, let's do this. I just shook it. I can't have it in the camera view because it's not level. So sorry, you're gonna have to just trust me that I'm die cutting it right now. Okay. I am a messy crafter for sure. I'm starting to get flustered because I can't get this to go. It like keeps wiggling. And I just spent all this time. I'm going crazy. I feel like it. All right. For those of you sticking with me, you're the real troopers. Here we go. It's finally going. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. It's okay if your die cutting machine makes that noise. That's normal. Okay. Here's our label. And here's some flowers that stuck right on there. All right. Here we go. We're going to get these off my well-loved cutting mat and finish off our card. Here we go. We're gonna take our congratulations on our label. We're gonna take some mini dots and we're gonna pop this up, and then we're gonna put this right here. Then I am gonna tuck this flower right here down there. It's also gonna anchor in some of those little stems. And then we're going to put that right there. And then have you ever taken your bone folder to these, kind of like curls and breaks down the fibers in your paper and your little flower, on any flower? That's kind of fun. And then you can take a few of these and kind of use them as embellishments. These little flowers here that are a little curled up. So let's add a couple of these. We'll put 1, 2, maybe 3, and then we can add one on the inside as well. All right. Put one right there. And then if you wanted, you could add a gem. I don't even know if it needs any. I don't think it needs any gems, but you could add them if you wanted. If you wanted a little bow behind there, you could add it, but I don't think it needs it either. But I might add just a tiny little bow behind that. Congratulations. But there is our card. Kind of a little fun fold. I love the linen thread. And because I didn't glue that down, I can just take this, and because I didn't put that down purposely in case I wanted to tuck that behind there, and then I can take a glue dot and just stick it down. Thank you, Cindy. It's a teamwork effort tonight. All right, dun da da da. Here is our card. And then the inside, and you could add, I got more of those little flowers. You could add another little flower too on the inside because I cut out a few. So there's that one. And again, your label, see, you could add pink, you could have white. I kind of like the green with the white though. But there it is. Okay, let's make one more before we go. And so I'm not going to stamp. I have a few of these pieces already cut. So this last one's going to be pretty fast as well. But let me see what cardstock I have over here. We have this dark Secret Sea. So we have that in petal pink. What color paper should we use? Ooh, that kind of looks like mustardy. Ooh, I really like this piece. Let's use this one. Doesn't that look really, I really like that. And maybe this, does that look good, a contrast? Yeah, let's do that. I like how I ask and then I'm like, yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, so for this card, this is going to be our last card for tonight. We're already at 9:08, but it's been fun kind of creating with you. So we're going to cut this in half. Judy, you're welcome. Okay, and then we're going to go to 4 1/4. So if you guys want Card Club this month, sign up by the 10th and you will get to make the cards I showed you at the beginning, and there is even an add-on. Okay, so here's our dark Secret Sea. Now we're going to take, we're going to cut this at 5 inches by 3 3/4. 5 inches by 3 3/4. Also, don't forget about the retreat, and then I have a couple spots. If anyone wanted to come this weekend, see my new studio, hang out with me, we can get you in. So then this one I'm just going to do an 1/8 of an inch, so 4 7/8 by 3 7/8. So I'm going to tie in that pink there. All right, then we do need a white for the inside. So So let's do 5. We'll just do the same measurements. By 3 and I might have cut that wrong. If I did, I'll fix it. I did. I cut it wrong. Good golly. You guys are probably like, girl, I need to go to sleep. That's what I need to do. I've not been sleeping good. Okay. You just want 1/8 of an inch smaller. That's all. Now we're going to add, this is going to go on the inside. All right, we got our pieces. We're going to be good to go. Let's come in here. Let's take this little strip that's left over and we're going to add this to our bottom right here and just trim that off. And then this is going to go on the inside of our card, just like so. Okay. And then we're gonna take this and glue this down. Come on. I want a little more glue there. There we go. It's like, come on. I want it to wiggle because I just have a tiny little border. That little petal pink is just going to pop against that secret C in that paper. So there we have that. And then one of my favorite dies is on the last chance list. They're called frame scenes. It's in a bundle, but what I love about it is this oval. This oval, this oval, this oval. I love the oval, and they're on last chance. So if you like ovals, you might want to get that before they're gone. Oh, here's some more little pears I was, playing with. Colors right there. So there you can see that. Just like everything, I always tell you practice makes perfect. I do the same thing. I have to practice a lot of things before I get it right usually. So I'm going to cut out the smaller of those two ovals, and that's what we're going to have our sentiment on, and we're going to add these pears, and that's going to be our card, our last card. So there's that oval in white, and I'm going to put this back. Whoops, wrong set of dies. Where did I put those dies? Oh, over here, wrong way. Okay, the framed ones. I have all my favorite dies out. Okay, let's add, I haven't stuck that down in case I want to add some, what's the word? Ribbon. ribbon. Okay, we're going to add Secret C just to this one. And I'm going to kind of gonna position, I want those there. So I'm gonna put that right there. Close that up. I just got ink on my thumb, so I gotta wipe that off before I ruin this. All right, we're gonna come in, and where's my Mossy Meadow ribbon? I think we're gonna tie this around. Judy is in North Carolina. Thanks for joining us. Okay. And here. Okay, we're gonna slide this there. I'm gonna put this one down flat because we're gonna pop up. Jeez, I keep tearing that. I'm not pressing very hard. I'm gonna put that right there. And then we're gonna take that and put this up. little 2 dimensionals here. I'm gonna put this one right, well, I want it over a little bit. So see how I'm just sliding my finger under there? You can just kind of slide it around. So I did that. Then I'm gonna put this right here. Take our pears. This is just from the paper. I'm gonna put some right here. Take this off. Put those on. Kind of play with that for a minute. Then on the inside, so this pear was from the paper and it kind of was, it's at the edge, it cut off, but I'm going to add that right there on the inside. So like sometimes like on your paper when it cuts off, you can still use it. So I still, like, here's another prime example. That's the paper right there. That's kind of like, that's the same piece. I just cut that off, die cut that, and we're gonna add that on the inside, and it's a flat edge. So it's just gonna decorate the inside of our card right there as well with that little strip. And then look, I still have another pair to go. And then this card I am gonna embellish with these blue dots. So I'm gonna put one here, and then one over here, and one, whoops, I lost it, down there. There we go. There's our last card. And the inside. All right, we made a lot of cards tonight. Technically, we made quite a bit of cards, but the first 4, we kind of just kept building and making them a little bit, adding a little bit more. So let's go over all of our cards. You can tell me if you have a favorite. We made 6 cards tonight, not bad for everything we got through. So here, again, the one piece of paper, we made this card. Super sweet and simple. This one is the same, just added the ribbon. And then this one is exactly the same, but some dots. And then this one, we added the die cut, the layer, some twine, and some dots. So again, kind of all of those cards are kind of make a really nice set. Then we made this one with our fun fold. Showed you how to stamp that inside with the sponge daubers. And there's just a lot going on with that card, but really pretty. And then this one, we have dots, ribbon, some die cuts, and then the inside there. So I hope you love these. Again, this is the bundle we're featuring for Card Club this month. I loved it so much. There's an add-on class. So we have a ton of cards. I'm just loving all of these. So I showed you those at the start. So don't miss out on Card Club if you want to join at the beginning. Jennifer really likes the last 2. Marcia said, I love the yellow ones, but the dark ones stand out. I agree. I love these. Like, you could put these on dark and then layer, like you could layer them with any of the colors. Like really, like any of the colors that are in there, you could do just so many fun colors. Susie said, I love them all, but 2 is your favorite. I think mine too. Let me turn this around because sometimes you can see. Do you see all the little pieces there a lot better? And then the inside of that card just really looks really good. And there's that one and the inside there. And then there's those cards. So, who wouldn't love this cute little note card though? Anyway, I hope if you overlooked the pears that they've caught your attention now. The paper is on sale because it's part of that in color sale. A lot of the in color things are 15% off. We have a lot of things on the last chance list, and so a lot of good things going on. If you shop with me, I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you a free embellishment with any order over $50 this week. So you can be looking for that. Judy said, I just ordered the paper. Have not ordered the bundle. Guess I will. I love all your cards. Thank you, Judy. Again, thanks for sharing, for joining me tonight. I love seeing you guys on here. And I will see you guys soon. Next week on Tuesday, I do have, I have like a little minor surgery. So hopefully I'm feeling up to being here live next Wednesday. I'm guessing I should be, but, yeah, so, well, I have a lot going on like always. This year has been so crazy in so many ways, and I've shared a lot with you, but there's a lot going on that I haven't shared as well. So thanks for hanging in there with me, for being a part of my stamping family. I will see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.